Welcome to Waters World. I'm Jesse Waters. Biden opened the borders for his donors. That's the subject of tonight's Waters Words. The border crisis isn't a Republican talking point. Fox News isn't even driving the story. The networks have been forced to cover it because it's become a catastrophe that affects all Americans.
We're going to begin with a humanitarian crisis on the southern border that is growing larger and more dire by the day.
The border mess is only going to get worse. We haven't even reached peak season yet. According to national security analyst James Carafano, Department of Homeland Security insiders are saying about 6,000 illegal immigrants are arriving at the border each day. Now, during the Obama administration, Homeland Security defined a crisis as 1,000 illegals a day. So Biden's triggered 6 times that number, and he just started. We're heading towards 200,000 border crossers per month. Sources tell Carafano that Biden policies will allow 90% of them to remain in America. How does that help the average American family? Joe Biden can't answer that because it doesn't. It helps his donors, and we'll explain how that works in a minute. But Biden doesn't want the American people to know what's taking place on the southern border because it's indefensible. He imposed an information blackout on the border, a gag order. Officials ordered not to speak with reporters. Ride-alongs with Border Patrol canceled. And no media even allowed inside the child migrant camps.
Officials would not grant NBC News access to see the conditions in the Border Patrol facilities for ourselves.
Biden doesn't want you to see the kids in the cages. Immigration lawyers report the conditions are atrocious. Migrants sleeping on cement floors, no showers. No country is designed to absorb human waves day after day on foot from a desert. Biden's desperately trying to avoid scrutiny from the crisis he triggered. The Washington Post reports the administration is buying airline tickets to fly underage illegals from their cages on the border to cities all across the country and placing them with their so-called relatives. Free airline tickets for border crossers. Free bus tickets, too. No Spin News reports illegal aliens are put on buses and given an $1,100 a head stipend. Meanwhile, Ford just announced they're moving their electric car factory from Ohio to Mexico. The United Auto Workers Union, who endorsed Joe Biden, is fuming. Have you heard Biden say anything about this? Remember Trump? He jawboned the CEO for outsourcing production to Mexico. He shamed him. He went all out to keep jobs here, not Joe. He's building back better in Mexico. The Made in America talk was just a slogan. Does the president seem engaged at all?
Do you have any plans to travel to the southern border, sir? Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Probably never. Hear no evil, see no evil. Republicans went down to see the crisis unfolding and discovered there's danger lurking.
It's not just people from Mexico or Honduras or El Salvador. They're now finding people from Yemen, Iran, Turkey. People on the terrorist watch list they are catching. And they're rushing it all at once.
But president enforcement jobs. I don't believe Biden and the Democrats want to enforce the border. They want to turn Texas blue and pay back their donors with cheap labor. The president acts like he had nothing to do with the border crisis.
The idea that Joe Biden said come, because I heard the other day that they're coming because they know I'm a nice guy and I won't do what Trump did.
They're saying this.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. They're not.
Do you have to say quite clearly, don't come?
Yes, I can say quite clearly, don't come.
Too little, too late, Mr. President. During the primary, you told illegals to surge the border, that we'd welcome millions and give them free health insurance.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border.
We could afford to take in a heartbeat another 2 million people.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants.
Biden promised asylum, amnesty, and free health care, stopped the wall construction, froze deportations, kneecapped ICE, invited underage migrants to apply for asylum on our soil, and terminated the Remain in Mexico policy that Trump cut. Now that we're being overrun, Biden meekly says, don't come. Nobody's buying that. An Arizona mayor, an independent, says his community just can't handle the intrusion.
We just do not have the ability to care for these people.
The mayor of Del Rio, Texas, a Democrat, is begging Biden to stop releasing illegals onto his town. And the town's already been hit with power outages, a pandemic, and now forced to absorb hundreds of poor migrants. And the limited resources, the mayor says, need to go to Americans first. The Democrat delivered a firm message to President Biden about importing illegals with COVID-19.
I am asking to please stop. Please make another plan for this federal issue. I cannot mix the migrant population with Del Rio residents that are extremely vulnerable.
Trump used public health orders during the pandemic to quickly expel illegals at the border due to the COVID thing. Biden trashed it, and he's releasing migrants into America without testing them. Follow the science? Just another slogan. Typically, the media is covering the story backwards. A reporter asked Kamala Harris if she's worried about kids at the border. The vice president dodged. She's in over her head on the border anyway. But the question the reporter should be asking is, are you worried about American kids at the border? We're a compassionate country and everybody empathizes with the plight of young migrants. Although it's not very compassionate to have a policy that pushes teens into the hands of brutal cartel smugglers and then keep them in cages. But the leaders of this country should empathize with the plight of young Americans first. Betsy McCooey has a piece in the New York Post. U.S. schools and students will pay a price for Biden's open borders for minors. 3/4 of these unaccompanied minors are young men aged 15 to 17. They're processed, then sent on buses and planes all over the country. New York City, Chicago, Houston, Tallahassee. The teens are traumatized, impoverished, speak no English, and haven't been tested for the virus. They'll go to school in our crippled public school districts, take up valuable resources and attention, right when schools are recovering and reopening after a lost year. Statistics tell us that most won't graduate high school, will live on the poverty line, require entitlements from taxpayers, and stress out the healthcare sector, the housing market, and police departments. Some, of course, will succeed, but many will make cash under the table, pay no taxes, and just wire the money back home to Central America. This makes the economies of Central America dependent on sending caravans north. See how the cycle then repeats itself? So, what Americans benefit from unchecked illegal immigration on our southern border? J.D. Vance, author of the critically acclaimed book The Hillbilly Elegy, has a column in Newsweek that explains the issue very well. He argues that true compassion requires secure borders and stopping illegal immigration. He describes meeting one of the wealthiest men in the world a few years ago. He was a hotel tycoon. He hated Trump. And the guy was complaining that Trump's strong border policies were making him pay American workers a higher wage. He was complaining that he had to pay American workers $20 an hour because there weren't enough illegals available to pay $18 an hour. Tens of millions of Americans are unemployed. We're still dealing with this pandemic. Small businesses have been crushed, and wealthy donors and their political puppets are still looking for the same thing: cheap foreign labor. Even if they test positive for COVID, and even if they compete directly with struggling middle-class American workers. Why? It's about money. Nearly every major business and financial leader in this country is a supporter of the Democratic Party. They love illegal immigration for the simple reason that their livelihoods are subsidized by illegal immigration, while illegal aliens themselves are subsidized by the taxpayer. It's a redistribution scheme from the poor to the rich. More immigration means lower wages for their workers and easier access to servants for their decadent personal lives. If you say you want a secure border and higher paying jobs for American citizens and are against Central American children being trafficked for drug cartels that earn obscene profits from fentanyl distribution, that's compassionate. But your compassion is called racism by the unpatriotic liberal ruling class who profit from illegal immigration at the expense of American citizens. That's how the game's played, and you should never be ashamed for calling it what it is.